Hi guys, it's Kris with Momentum Media Lafayette. I am standing outside of Canopies Plus and More's new warehouse. Edward Anderson, the owner, is going to tell me all about it as soon as he's done moving the couch. Edward is a busy guy, so I'm lucky to catch him, and he's going to sit down with an interview with me. So let's go. Edward?
Hey, what's going on, Kris?
Oh, hey. Hey, how are you?
It's real good to see you.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good. I'm trying to get ready for this weekend hustle and set up.
What's going on this weekend?
Uh, well, of course, it's Juneteenth,
Mm.
and I have a couple of customers with that. One of my biggest setups for a Juneteenth celebration. Right now, I'm setting up the stage because that's going to be something that they want underneath one of my tents,
Mm.
stage,
Nice.
tables and chairs. So that's pretty much what I'm doing right now. Now,
Yeah.
since I'm in a bigger house and stuff, I'm able to do work like this and not really be too much affected by the rain.
Right,
As
right.
far as like for my mid-week prep, and this is really a blessing for my company and for my family to be able to expand to try to help better service the community, better service the customers. This is like our first couple of weeks in here. It's not really all set up the way that I'm going to have it set up.
Well, I can always come back later and we'll show the beginnings.
Well, so I could just actually do a quick scan.
All right.
Just some of the things that we have.
Okay.
Of course, I have my tents. This is not really even all of my equipment. I still have a lot of stuff spread between different locations.
Mm.
These are some of my chairs, tables, tent tops. I have fans, smaller pop-up tents.
So, I gave your address when I first opened up for everybody, but where is this? Like, we're in North Lafayette, or?
Right. We are in Upper Lafayette,
Mm-hmm.
yet closer towards Carroll, Jones, and the Amazon area. If folks want to come through and do a pickup, we're actually right behind the UPS store in Wingstop. On the Furnace Road in Carroll.
Right off the thruway is convenient, huh? Yeah.
Very much so, and it's also like probably a 3-minute drive from my house. Versus when I first got started, I was a little distance off, kind of in a smaller unit off a pinhook, and it took me a little bit more of a commute for me to retrieve items, and I wasn't by no way able to work in these rain conditions.
Yeah. Well, so now Edward's going to take me inside and show me around. He's got a good little space here.
Coming to another tour, like I mentioned, we're actually just getting set up in here. We've never really been in here for a month. But
well, all right. Well, the kitchen area looks light, but this is where we walk in. Mm-hmm.
Little lobby area.
Okay.
We also have this little area which my wife then cleaned because I do the crafting, and we also have some other projects in the work that we're planning on working on. You don't have to stay tuned for that because we still try to get the red tape going with that.
Oh, that's good.
All that stuff. Be on the lookout. This gonna be a whole crafting room.
Plenty of space.
With t-shirts, prints, whatever type of crafting my wife and my sister-in-law does. Kind of be in this little area right here.
Cool.
Office is supposed to be my office, but she done started setting up things.
That's okay.
So she's assuming the position of secretary.
Oh.
I'm really excited because this is my first major step towards showing that I'm trying to be a competitor in the industry that I'm in, and which is renting tents, tables, and chairs and servicing parties.
Mm-hmm.
Keep in mind also, we do have mascots, scouts, and we have table games, yard games. Of course, we also have TVs. I have bigger TVs, I have the means to set up a whole game day function, whether it be a sports game day function or whether you have kids that want to bring out their console, their game consoles. We could cater to all of that as far as like having a kid's birthday party, equipped with TVs. Each kid could have their own TV and bring their game consoles out and stuff, and have a sleepover. Set up tents, tables, chairs. That's what I do.
Sounds like a nice summer plan for the kids.
I'm so excited because I'm just going to be at our actual conference room whenever I'm gonna really get a crew working behind me. I will be conducting meetings here. As for this room, this is pretty much for our day-to-day operation. I have my calendars out. We still have a digital um, receipts and invoices, and we do have our website. But so we're integrating everything, but I'm still old school, and to make sure that I don't drop the ball. I check my text messages better than I check my emails. But I'm a grassroots guy. That's just really paper and pen. First and foremost, put God first. We also always put our customers whenever they're dealing with Canopies Plus and More. We put them first, and we always want to make sure to come with excellent customer service, good communication. Well, I love this for you. This is awesome. Why don't you just like start from the beginning? Where's the journey? So, just how Canopies Plus came about. I purchased my own tent. It was a couple of years ago because I wanted to go at a trail ride. It's a famous trail ride called Stephen Strut. And I wanted to go there and camp out because it was a whole weekend experience. And I was like, man, I don't really have a camper. But, man, let me go there and try to see if I could get me a tent. So I started searching for tents, and I seen those small camping tents. I was like, wow, man, but what if it rains? Let me try to find something bigger. So this will happen. I found a bigger 20 by 30 tent that I set up. So, and I had no idea on how to set it up, but with me just being a curious guy, I kind of figured it out. Yeah. Put it together, passed through. Well, and I was able to go to Step and Strut, spend the whole weekend, had some other little tents underneath there. We called it Tent City. Really enjoyed ourselves. But now after the trail ride and everything was done and over, I had this tent just sitting down in the back. And it was like, this was like way before Marketplace, and I was doing all that stuff, buying and selling things. I just had to tent around, and people who knew that I had it, they would ask me, hey, man, on this, you got that big tent? You can you come and set it up for me? I'm like, yeah, man, go ahead and give me $50. Bucks, give me $75 bucks. And this was just mainly amongst like friends and family and people that just kind of knew that I had it. But then after like a few years of me having that one particular tent, just whenever word of mouth started getting around and people just basically started reaching out to me, and it was outside of family and friends. So that's whenever I started getting more of a demand. I was like, okay, well, maybe I ain't gonna be able to start charging $50 on the tent because this is some work. And one evening, one of my sister-in-laws, she had just kind of mentioned, she just kind of threw it in the air because they also have a business that they were trying to develop called Three Kings Note. She had just kind of mentioned to me, well, you really need to try to start getting serious with that. And I got with my wife. Me and my wife had wound up in the LLC for it, and that's pretty much like where things started developing. I started taking it a little bit more serious. Started mingling with customers, realizing that word of mouth was really like the key, and just educating myself on things, and just using family members, my son, my wife, and my nephews, brothers, to give me a hand, and that's pretty much like where Canopies Plus really begun, and with that being said, that's why I'm still trying to push it to see how far I can take it. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So owning a small business isn't easy, especially when you're looking at expansion, right? So what is one thing you would say to somebody who
had those humble beginnings, like you said, that they wanted to start a business?
Well, I always go on the thing of we were all young at one time, and we always had family members, parents that would always tell us, "Hey, man, go to school, do the right thing, try to push to get your education and this and that." But some of us are kind of stubborn, hard headed, and I did the bare minimum just to hurry up and get out of school and stuff, not really realizing, but that with what my elders was telling me could have had help pave the way for me to be way more successful if I would have just listened and take my studies serious and really be out there and finish get a strong education or whatever it was. So now since I got older and as I started growing up and started realizing I always been a straightforward guy, always hardworking, always motivated, but I just didn't see it when I was younger. And after I got my job, I was able to get exposed to different demographics and go into to different hoods, and I was able to see and stuff. Well, hey, I grew up on this side of town, and I see. That's all I knew myself. I never really uh, knew what was the potential to taking the studies serious to get to the academic side. And then whenever I started working, and I was able to go into better neighborhoods, and I was able and stuff, man. These are households with people that probably got degrees or that just have a little bit generational wealth, and I was able to see. Then it started kind of registering. I'm like, okay, it's too late for me to rewrite things, and I don't really want to have to go back and go through the whole school thing and get education and get into the thing of really try to um, carve a road going that direction. So never see. I always been business minded. I always been an entrepreneur. I always been somebody that I was always the kid in the neighborhood that would cut the grass, wash the cars, and walk the dogs. Dogs for like four, sometimes $25, $20. But so I always had that drive, and I realized as I'm looking around and I'm just realizing, well, it's not only college professions that could make a nice living for themselves. There's a bunch of entrepreneurs out there that's really paving the way, uh, really working their way towards success just on their hustle. I knew that was still within my reach to be an entrepreneur. And basically, it that just kind of put me in the mindset of like, well, I didn't go to school for 4, 6, 8 years and stuff. I was trying to master that degree, but I know I could put 4, 5, 6, 8, 10 years into mastering my craft, something that I honestly like and love doing. I love servicing my customers. I love setting up these tents and showing people that this is something that I do and this is something that I take pride in. And with my family backing me because it's not only just me. I have my sons, my wife, and my nephews. I want to show them and stuff, what it takes and stuff. And you put forward a valid effort to be successful. You can't even though one door locks and closes in your face. You can't give up. Uh, my wife will tell you, I never go on the first no. I always do my due diligence, whether it's speaking to more than one, two, three people, uh, more than so if I do my due diligence from even Googling things and stuff. I'm a Google maniac. Yeah, but so
Figure it out, right?
Yeah. But so I will never just go on the thing of not being able to walk, just taking one person's word. Where I always research and deplete every uh, every available resource before I know that hey, Or maybe it's not that time for me to have it done, or maybe I can't travel this way.
But you know what they say? They say that Rome wasn't built in a day. So you're not going to get there overnight no matter what you do, right? I love it, Edward. I love it, Seneca. Thank you all so much for having me today. And it was a good talk. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Kris.
If you enjoyed this interview, if you enjoyed this walkthrough, just tell me your story. What about you? What's going on? Give it Kris to get the momentum going.